Hello everyone. So in this series of video, we'll discuss about the solutions feature in the Dynamics 365. We'll see what is solutions in the Dynamics, what are the different type of solution packages we have in the Dynamics, and we'll see the demo of each. So let's proceed. What is solutions and why we need? The concept of the solution was introduced in the CRM 2011 onwards, and since then the Microsoft is keep on enhancing the solutions feature of this Dynamics. So then why we need these solutions in the Dynamics? So when we have one dev instance set up, we will be doing our customizations development in the dev instance, and later on we have to move our customizations from one instance to the another instance. So since when the instance is set up, one solution is called the default solutions, it will be already set up, and basic out of the box entities will be present, entities or you can see the components will be present into that default solutions, and we will be doing our customizations on the top of that. So when we customizations are done and we want to move that customizations from one instance to the another, then we cannot export the default solution. We have to create the new solutions and then include our customizations into that solution and then export. That's what the package or you can say solutions feature comes into the picture. So solution is like package in the Dynamics 365 where you can include your customizations into that, and then you export those customizations as a package from the Dynamics, and you can deploy that package or customizations to the target instance. When you export the solutions, you will have the two options there, that is called the unmanaged and the managed. So in this video we'll talk mostly about the managed solutions, but before that let's go a little bit theory about the default solutions. What is it? So as I mentioned before, as soon as you set up your Dynamics instance, one default solutions will be there. This is also called system solutions, and this will be containing the out of the box CRM components, and these components will not have any customizations included here because we will be adding our new customizations on the top of that. When we do the new customizations, those customizations will be reflecting to the default solutions also in the dev instance. So let's see the default solution in the Dynamics first. So this is my trial instance, and this instance is, you can consider this as a dev instance, and here you can go to the setting and solutions, and to see the default solution you can go to the customizations, and here you can use the customize the system. So it will open the default solution. Here you can see as soon as I have set up my trial instance, or you can say your dev instance, when your Dynamics instance is set up, then one solutions will be added, default solutions, and here out of the box whatever the components are required to be working to start with, so those will be present here. But the problem is we cannot export these solutions. Let me export this. Since this is our default solution, so we cannot export these solutions because this is kind of default solution. You can see here exporting default solution is not supported here. So then what is the solutions for this? Then what we'll do, we have to go to our solutions here, and then we have to create the new solutions and add the our components to the new solutions. When you set up your instance, you will see some of the solutions will be already deployed here, just to set up your Dynamics instance, which are required to add the mandatory entity as per the apps what we have selected. Based on that, it will add those dependent solutions, it will install here. On the top of that, you will be doing your modifications, and for that you have to create the new solution, and inside that you will be adding your customizations, and that new solution, you can export it as a manage and manage. Okay, so now we'll export the solution as and manage in this video, and we'll see the demo of that. But before that, let's go some theory about that. So here we have the unmanaged solutions. When we export the solution as unmanaged, then what will happen? So these are some important points we should keep in mind when we follow the unmanaged solutions management for your deployment process. So just for the basic info, the unmanaged solution is also is like a container where our all customizations will be there. Multiple customizations we can include like entity, form, views, dashboards, business rules, and all those whole bunch of stuffs. Like uh, in the left side, you can see here these components we can do the customizations and we can include in our solution. So those customizations it can contain our solutions, and when you import that customizations and managed solutions customizations to the target instance, then it will directly reside with the default solutions. It will make the change with the default solutions, and then it will display the resultant view to the application endpoint. So this is the unmanaged solutions. You can say what it is. Now, what will happen if I delete the unmanaged solutions, and then what will happen? So when you delete the managed solution, the only the solution reference will be deleted, but the components what are associated to that solutions, it will not be deleted. These components we have to delete manually, and we have to identify individually, and then we have to delete manually. So there is some risk about that, because suppose there is the solution you have built and there is some fault in that, and you know that is not correct, it can give the error, and by mistake you have deployed that solutions in your target instance. In that case, those fault components will be there into the your target instance, and manually you have to delete that. So there's extra some, you can see some, there's some amount of risk involved while using the unmanaged solution. Now, unmanaged solutions allow to change the customizations in the target instance also, due to which have the conflict between your source instance and the target instance customizations. The meaning of this one is that um, when you deploy your unmanaged solutions to the target instance, then in the target instance also you can do the modifications. Like suppose in the from the dev instance, suppose for my dev instance I have exported some changes and deploy into my another instance. In the target instance also you can do the changes of that solution. So what will happen due to some misunderstanding of some region, due to X, Y reason, then you will do the changes to the target instance also. So in that case, when next time when you deploy the same solutions to the target after modifications, then those components will not be found in the source, and then there you could have the error of the conflict, like the particular components is not found in the source. So you can have the error with that. So there is a risk about that also. So there is a conflict. You can have the conflict if somebody is going to change your change your customizations in the target instance. So when you're using the unmanaged solution management as a deployment process for your project, then make sure no one is going to change your test instance or the another instance manually there in like production and all. They should not allow to change there. You can do changes only your source instance and then export those packages as a unmanaged. Okay, next is another challenge is that it is possible to roll back changes. It is not possible to roll back the changes which are affected by the unmanaged solutions. Yes. So like due to, as I mentioned before, if there is some fault in your solution and you have imported that into your target instance, then those fault component will be there. And if you delete the unmanaged solutions, then those changes will not be rolled back, right? So there is a risk. So changes will not be rolled back. You have to manually you have to delete those components to overcome those fault components. Okay, next is we have two features involved in the solution: delete and remove. So delete is used to delete the component from the unmanaged solutions, or you can have the in the managed solution also. So this delete option is used to delete the component from managed solution, but it will delete the component from the CRM also. So once it is deleted, this particular component which you are going to delete, it will no longer exist in your CRM system. But there is another button called remove. When you use this button to remove the component from the system, it will remove the component only from the solution, not from the system. So like sometimes you have included some changes, some components to your solution, and you don't want to export those components as to the target instance, then you will remove that component from your solution, right? So in that case, you will use this remove button instead of delete. So delete will delete the component from the CRM system itself, but remove will remove the component only from the solution, but the component will still exist in the system. Let me show you that. So we'll do the small demo here. So I have opened the my CRM instance, and I'm going to create the new solution here. So while adding the new solutions, you will see some mandatory field it will ask you. So you have to give your solution name here. So I'm going to give CRM demo, and here you can choose the publisher. So publisher indicates who owns this solution. So publisher is kind of some company or vendor who is developing these customizations, and that company or vendor owns these customizations which are included in this solution. So here you can have the multiple publisher here. So you can see already I have created my publisher. Likewise, if you want, you can create the new publisher here. So when you create the new publisher, you will give the name of the publisher, and important thing is here you have to set up your prefix. Like some company will follow the standard of the prefix. They can give the company name or short form of that. So you can start with that all the new customizations which you will include with that solution where this publisher is selected. Then those new components like field, entity, or any new components will follow this prefix for prefix name there. Say I want the some name like demo, then all the components which I use with this publisher inside the solution, then it will have something like this. Preview is displayed here. So it will come something like this preview. Prefix of the all the fields, custom fields or custom entities. And also you can have the prefix value here. So like for all the option set, it will have some 9-digit number associated, right? That's called the option set value. And those values, if you want some specific starting points, you can include that. So like that, if you want to be a starting point, and later on you can have 001 like that. So 02 like that if it is incrementing, then like that if you want, you can set up the prefix how you want. Okay, so I'm going to select my publisher here. So this is my publisher I have created for my demo here. So when you open my publisher, you can see my all customizations will follow this prefix preview, and then I will have the option set value starting with 9900 like this. So I have selected this publisher, and here the version is important. So all the whenever you are starting the new project and you are starting working some customization from the starting, then you have to set up your version always with 100 and 0. So this has the 4 number in the version, 4-digit number in the version. So this two is first one is major, then minor, then build and release. So every time when you do the enhancements of some new features enhancement or some modifications you are doing, keep on doing enhancement of your solution or project, then you will keep on increasing this version as per the changes you are doing. If it is major change, then you will increase the major version number. If it is minor, then minor version number. If it is build or release, then you keep on increasing based on that. Okay, so but you have to start with the 1.0.0. So if it's not mandatory, but you can set that 1.0.0 as a basic basic version here. Okay, so I'm going to create the solutions with that details, and here inside the solution I don't have any component included. Now here inside the solutions you can see, as I mentioned in the PowerPoint here, so we have delete and remove. So these two components you can find here. We have delete and the remove. So when you use this delete button, then it will delete the component from your Dynamics system itself. But this remove button will remove the component only from your solution. So just for the demo purpose, I'm going to add the entity here, and inside the entity you can see you can add the new entity here. When you click the new entity, you will see the prefix of all the customizations. It will have my prefix what I have set up in my publisher here. So if you go to the information here, this is the publisher I have selected. So when I add any new component, then that will follow my rules which I have set up in my publisher. Okay, now so I will not add the new here. I'm going to add the existing here. So I will add the existing, and when you add the existing entity here, so you will find all the existing entity present in your system. So I'm going to add the account entity here. When you click OK, you can select the multiple entity. So I'm going to add the one entity here. So when you click OK, then here while finally adding the components to your solution, you will have the two options here. That's called include the entity metadata. It is selected here. Another is add all assets. So when you select this checkbox, you will see this screen will be, this small box will be freezed, and you cannot select anything here. And because we want to include all the components here or in the out of the box what is coming with this account to my solution. If you want that included, then you can use this checkbox and you can include all the components to your solution. But if you don't want to include all the components, you want to include a specific one. Say I want to include my account form only and couple of views here, say like active views, all account views, and the inactive views. So I want to include only these three. Okay, or one account form and one views, or sorry, three views, and I don't want to include any fields, keys, relationships, messages, business rules, hierarchy setting, dashboards, and I don't want to include those. So in that case, I will be set up, I will be taking up the components like this. But this feature include entity metadata, when you enable this, then what will happen, since when you go to the entity here in your default solutions or any solutions, so for that entity, for account entity, when you click on this entity, you will see some entity metadata definitions will be loaded here, and sometimes you will be enabling some points here, some checkbox here, and that checkbox, if you want to move from your source instance to the target instance, at that time you have to check this box. Sometimes you have enabled the here auditing feature on the particular entity, and that you want to move from source to the target, then you have to include that entity here as existing entity, and then you have to enable this checkbox. So here I don't want to include that, so I have unchecked this, and I have added this one entity and with the three views component here. And now you can see I have this entity included here. I don't have any other components like field, charts, keys, any relationships, but I will have the views here and the form added here. Okay, so in this form, I'm going to do one small customizations here. So I'm going to include my new field here. So I go to the field, I can create the new field from here, or I can go to the field here and I can create the new field from here also. So I will create the new field from here. I'll create the field name as say some GST number. Okay. And I'll take this field as an optional type, and it should be searchable, and here I'll take this field as a single line text, and it can have the maximum 100 characters in the text field. Okay, so let's create that. So this field is included here. So this field I want to put on my form here. So I'll go to my account form here. I'll refresh this. So I can find that GST number field which I have created here inside this list. Here you can see, and this GST field I'll include here on this form. So this is my account form, and here I have included the GST number. So I'll save this, and I'll publish this form. So every time you publish you have to make sure your form is published correctly, and it should be reflected. It should be reflected in the endpoint. Okay. So now my form is published, and this package which I have developed now, some small modification I have done, customizations I have done on my account entity, I want to deploy to my target instance. So already I have set up another instance, this one as a target instance, and here you can see when I open any account here, you can see on the account form GST number, that field which we have added in my source instance. This is my source instance 18. So here I have added, but that component is not deployed here. So you can see that on the account form, the GST number field is not here. So I'm going to modify that change here in my target instance. So for that, I will export this package here. So I'll go to the solution here, and I'm going to export here. So when you export, then make sure you have published the customization. So what will happen? Sometimes you will do your modifications, but those modifications are not published, and that time if there's some error in the unpublished version of the your solutions components, then same error components, fault components will move to your target instance. So best is you publish your customizations before exporting your packages, so that the result, all the components which are present in your entities are are published and it is well working. So here my package is published here, so I'm going to export now. Next, here you can include some advanced setting if you want. Then you can see here package type. So we have two types of package, manage and unmanaged. So when you use the unmanaged, you can see some definition is already added here. So use this option if you will not distribute the solution for other people to install. You will be able to modify these solutions and can export it as managed in the future. So what will happen when you select this unmanaged solution, then where you will install this solution, that at the target instance you can do the modifications. You can change these unmanaged solutions components, and later on the same solution you can export it as a managed. So you have another chance to export this solution as a managed. But when you select this option, then you can see you use this option if you distribute the solutions to be installed by other people. A managed solutions cannot be directly modified or exported as unmanaged after it is installed. So once you have export the solution as managed and you have installed that managed solutions to your target instance, then you cannot export the solution as unmanaged from the managed solutions from the target instance. So there's the limitations, restrictions with the managed solution. So we will see this demo about that in the next video. So this time I'm going to export this as an unmanaged. So I'll export this. It will take some time to export the package. Exported, you can see here the package is exported here. So I'm going to deploy this package to my target instance. So I'll go to the target here, and I have been to my solution section here. So I'm going to import this here. So my solution is installed here. I can close this window and I can see my solution here installed. So I can see this is my solution which is installed here. Okay. Now, so here I will refresh this again. Now you can see here the GST number field is added. So this is how you can move your components from one instance to another instance. Now we'll talk about this point while deleting the unmanaged solution. Then what will happen? The components will not get deleted. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is from my target instance here, from this instance, since I have deployed the solutions and I don't want this GST number to be available here. So in this case, what we can do? So first we can when we delete this solution here, this one, then you will see that the GST number field will be still there. So let's delete this. You can see here, since this is unmanaged solutions and some definitions are here, you are deleting unmanaged solution, the solutions will be deleted, but the component contained in these solutions will not be deleted. This action cannot be undone. So here when we delete this solution, so only this solution will be deleted, but the component what we have added with these solutions it still be there, those customizations still be there. So I have deleted. Okay, now when I refresh this, you will see that field will be still there on the form, so it's not deleted from the system. So just to verify one more time, so I'll go to my default solution here. I'll open the default solution of my target instance and I can verify that that field, the GST number which we have added, it still be there in the entity field list. So entity account, and on the field, so you can see this field is still there in the entity field list. So now to remove this field, so you have to manually remove this field. So first thing you have to keep in mind that the solutions cannot be used, the solution packages cannot be used to delete the existing component from your system, dynamic system. So you, by using the solutions, you cannot delete any components from your system. So for deleting the component, you have to identify the components and then you have to delete. So here I have this components, even though I have deleted my solution, but I have deleted my solution, but the customizations which was included in my solution, it is still present in the default solution. So for that, I have to manually identify and then I have to delete. But before deleting, you have to identify if there is any dependencies with that. So you will see this field is used on this form, account form. Okay, and from that form, I have to remove first. So you can double click and open the where it has been used. You can see this is used here. So I have to remove this first. So remove, and then we have to save and publish again from the from where you want to delete. So it is published. Now if you see the dependencies, now it has gone. So there is no dependencies with that field. So I can it is ready to delete it. It is ready to delete now. So I'm going to delete this. Confirm. So now this field has been deleted from the form. So when you refresh this form, account form, now you will not have that GST number. So this is how you can deploy the unmanaged solutions from one instance to another instance, and there's some limitations with that unmanaged solutions. So now I think it is clear to use when you should use the managed solutions and when we should use the how we should deploy the unmanaged solutions. So next video we will see how to use the managed solutions with that. So thank you for watching this video, guys.